If you were to walk into the corporate headquarters of the world's fastest growing enterprises today, you would notice something deeply unsettling about the physical environment. The bustling, high density corporate offices of the past have gone quiet. The endless rows of cubicles filled with data entry clerks, customer support representatives, and junior operational analysts are rapidly disappearing. Yet, if you look at these companies' balance sheets, their operational output is higher than it has ever been in human history. They are processing thousands of transactions, handling complex client onboarding pipelines, and managing global logistical networks at blinding speeds. This is not a sign of contraction. It is the visual evidence of a massive structural evolution. In 2026, the true engine of corporate execution is no longer visible to the naked eye. The most high-leverage workforce in modern business doesn't show up on an organizational chart, doesn't occupy physical office space, and doesn't require a human resources file. It is what forward-thinking operations executives call the shadow workforce, an interconnected ecosystem of autonomous artificial intelligence agent networks that run quietly in the background. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on the engineering behind the shadow workforce, expose why linear operational models are obsolete, and provide the exact architectural framework for your enterprise. To understand why the shadow workforce is a mandatory evolutionary step for your company, we must look at the structural failure of linear operations. Historically, a corporate department was built as a chain of human dependencies. If you look at a traditional operations or fulfillment department, it relies entirely on individuals passing tasks down a line. Employee A receives an invoice, reviews it, and emails it to employee B. This linear structure introduces immense operational drag. Every single handoff between human employees is a bottleneck. The process stops when an employee goes on a lunch break, slows down when a department is backlogged, and is completely frozen when the office closes at 5 o'clock. Furthermore, human communication is fundamentally lossy. Context is dropped, instructions are misinterpreted, and administrative data entry errors compound as information moves down the chain. Even if you give these individual employees access to basic single-prompt AI tools to help them write emails or analyze files faster, the underlying linear structure remains broken. You are still limited by human speed, human focus, and human availability. You are fighting a modern technological war with an outdated operational army. The shadow workforce completely dismantles this linear friction by replacing human-to-human handoffs with machine-to-machine orchestration. In an autonomous multi-agent network, you build a digital department composed of specialized software agents that possess cognitive reasoning capabilities, direct system integrations, and the autonomy to act. Let us look at a real-world architectural example: global supply chain, reconciliation, and vendor billing. Traditionally, this requires a team manually matching purchase orders against shipping manifests. It is a slow, tedious process that takes weeks to complete and costs thousands of dollars in administrative overhead. Inside an algorithmically leveraged enterprise, the shadow workforce handles this entire operation in milliseconds. The moment a manifest enters the network, the ingestion agent automatically captures the data. The reconciliation agent immediately logs into the database, retrieves the original purchase order, and runs a comparison. If it detects a discrepancy, it doesn't freeze or wait for a human manager. It routes the discordant data directly to the investigative logic agent. This agent autonomously queries vendor APIs, cross-references transaction data, and determines the root cause of the error. The agent passes the resolution to the communication agent, which delivers a context-aware notification to the vendor. Simultaneously, an integration agent updates the company's internal accounting ledgers. The entire complex process of auditing, cross-referencing, investigating, and resolving a commercial dispute takes place in less than 30 seconds, requiring zero manual human hours. The true breakthrough of this agentic architecture is its capacity for infinite concurrency and absolute operational resilience. A human team, no matter how dedicated or well-trained, can only handle a finite volume of tasks before their accuracy degrades and their systems break under the weight of the work. The shadow workforce scales instantly and non-linearly. If your business experiences a surge in order volume, your autonomous agent network doesn't panic. The infrastructure simply provisions more compute power. Your operational capacity becomes completely elastic, allowing your business to scale its revenue indefinitely while keeping its fixed human overhead completely flat. Furthermore, deploying the shadow workforce creates a profound shift in the true value of your human capital. There is a common misconception that implementing autonomous agent networks means completely eliminating the human element from your company. In reality, it is the ultimate liberation of human intelligence. When you delegate the repetitive, high-volume, data-heavy operations to your autonomous digital network, you rescue your human employees from the soul-crushing grind of administrative bureaucracy. Your team steps out of the tedious engine of daily operations and into the high-value role of systemic architects and strategic governors. They focus on creative market innovations that drive long-term value. The shadow workforce handles the systemic execution, while your human workforce drives the corporate vision. The traditional method of scaling through linear headcount is too heavy and too slow. At Plato AI, we are the architects who design, engineer, and integrate the advanced multi-agent networks that transform traditional companies into hyper-efficient, algorithmically leveraged enterprises. We build the shadow workforce so you can command the market. If you are ready to implement true enterprise-grade autonomous architecture, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. We are Plato AI.